But I can kind of live with that because I get to put a whole, 2 ounces of fiber on each bobbin. And I don't have to stop and wind it up. Now, I could get one of those devices. It's called a woolly winder. And what that does is I don't even have to stop to move hooks. It just goes zoop, zoop, zoop. Back and forth. Very technical. But, unfortunately, the woolly winder is, after you get done buying new bobbins for it, because you can't use your old bobbins. No. Can't use your old bobbins. So you have to buy new bobbins. And after I bought enough bobbins just to even just get me by, would cost me as much with the woolly winder as the wheel did at $30 pop for the bobbins. So I'm holding off on that. I thought maybe I would have gotten one last Christmas, but instead I got this video camera, which I'm also happy about. So it works for me. Someday maybe I'll get a woolly winder. We'll see. Or if all of you lovely people buy all my roving, then I can buy my own. And call it a business expense. Not really. I wouldn't want to put that much on the books. Because my business is still in the hole. I keep buying stuff for my business. Like my workbench. And my new soldering torch. And all the fun little tools that I've been doing. And of course raw fiber. Can't forget the raw fiber. I am climbing out of the hole, slowly but surely. Last year, I'm coming up on a year that I started my business ago. Last year, about this time, I think I started, when I counted it all up, I think I started out $800 in the hole. That's for raw fiber, the dyes, everything. But, anyway, I don't know whether I mentioned, this fiber is from my Oops collection. It is Merino Tencel. And the reason it was in the Oops collection was this colorway was supposed to be Wine and Copper Vessel, was the name of it. I've made it before. It sold rather successfully. And by that I mean I posted up a picture of it and somebody snatched it up, which is always fun. But I tried to recreate the color, and I don't know if the water was just bad that day or what, but as you can see, I ended up with fuchsia and gold, not the kind of nice coppery gold and purple that I wanted. So this is from the Oops collection, as I call it, all my boo-boos. And it's actually quite nice to spin. It's been a while since I've done Merino Tencel. Superwash Merino Tencel, I should say, I'm sorry. I am trying to recreate Wine in a Copper Vessel. I have one drying right now. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to turn out. I had something weird go on with the color. It didn't set correctly. So I was rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing, and the water was still coming out yellow, and I was like, what the hey? I'll stick it back in the dye pot and heat it, and then that should, exhaust the dye and bind the rest of it to the fiber. Well, instead of that, I ended up with a big pot of pink water and the fiber. So I don't know what happened there. I guess the heat just released everything that had supposedly bonded to it already. It's actually fortunate that it did that, because I would hate for a customer to knit it up, or spin it up and then knit it up and then wash it and end up with a clothes washer full of pink clothes. as you can see, I'm an unconventional spinner. I'm probably making like about a bazillion mistakes that you should not do. But I'm self-taught, and I am not getting up to a Houston fiber thing anytime soon because we have one car and gas prices are incredible. And, you know, I seem to be chugging along fairly well on my own. So, I'm self-taught. I probably do a lot of weird things that people don't get. But I like being able to spin this way. I don't like the inchworm approach, you know, where you're sitting there scooting stuff forward. That bugs me. I don't know how anybody can do that. I'm sure it works for them, and they have a lot of control, and that's probably great. And that's probably what I need is more control. But I like being able to just, you know, go shoo, like so. And yeah, I'm not very consistent. I do find ways to fix that, like I just did. Well, that was definitely unnerving. Look up while I was speaking and notice the little red light was out. Hello, batteries. Anyway, fixing mistakes. Yes. So anyway, I make a lot of them, as you can tell. Really, I didn't want to have, or that's kind of not right. I was gonna say, I really didn't want to make it too much longer than this, because crazy. But now that I feel like I have to, because I got cut off in mid-sentence, and now not only did I have to explain that, but, you know, now that I've turned the camera back on and I've had a little break from doing this, I feel like I have a whole lot more to say. But I think I will let you guys go back to your thing. But this was definitely fun. Have to do this again. Anyway, check out my roving at my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is http Tilandra, TILANDRA .etsy.com. That's my shop. I have hand-dyed roving. I have jewelry. I have stitch markers. And, you know, other little odds and ends that I throw in there on occasion. I found that my hand-spun yarn does not sell well. Self-taught, clumpy yarn. Go figure. But, yeah. If you can't hear me on this video, let me know in your comments or whatever, and I will be sure to find a solution. There's no way to hook up an external microphone on this camcorder thing. It's not a high-end camcorder. It's one of those little flip video dealies that are fairly cheap, but you don't have to buy a bunch of, you know, burnable DVDs to record your stuff on. Just, it records it to a hard drive and you get about an hour. So, which is nice and kind of what I wanted, but I did not realize that its own microphone would be quite so poor, or that my style of speaking would be so bad for it. Anyway, if you can't hear it, let me know. I was thinking I might do a subtitled version. Ha! But we'll see. Anyway, this is Kelly from Hullion Fiber. Anyway, this is Kelly from Hullion Artworks. Change the shop name. Hullion Artworks. Signing off. And hope you have a spin-tastic day. Is that corny? And we're out.